This is the 6-minute video of the project Stayin Alive by student 30907078. This video will further explain the creation of scenes within 2D animation, 3D animation, stop motion processes, editing and rotoscoping. Stop motion was created for the first beginning scenes of my animation and was a new process I had not previously. In order to make my project as original as possible, outsourcing was limited and all aspects were created from the ground up. When constructing my set, timber skills were applied and the main frame of the set was created from recycled timber pieces. Additional processes include sawing, sanding, gluing and nailing. These were all applied to ensure the set was balanced and sturdy. Designing the interior of the set required technical and automated processes, such as designing details through Adobe Illustrator, then transferring to the software UCP. Another feature was 3D modeling all furniture in Fusion 360. That then was 3D printed for production. Customization of the set was achieved through painting and sewing. An automated process called batch rendering was then conducted to convert a large quantity of raw files into JPEG, which allowed compiling to form a video on Adobe Premiere. Inconsistencies of lighting were noticed in the first batch of photos. This was then targeted to myself wearing a white shirt while shooting. This was solved with wearing grey or black clothing. A high degree of difficulty component was creating the figure for my stop motion. This process was of a high degree as the materials used, such as silicone, I had never previously had experience with before. A number of challenges arose when creating my figure, such as creating a successful cast with no openings, mixing a balanced solution of the two compounds to create the silicone, and aligning a wire structure to successfully fit the figure and function. Overall, the stop motion production was of a high degree of difficulty in the first few rounds of production, as it is a demanding and precise process that requires high concentration for long periods of time. After a few hours and different attempts of scenes, the process became more natural and the efficiency increased. Different angles were achieved by using external camera equipment, such as tripods of all sizes and a camera slider. To make the figure walk naturally as possible was the most challenging scene to create, and a lot of experimentation was needed. Magnets were used to move the legs of the figure and did overall increase the efficiency of the production. External lights were used to amplify shadows and highlights, overall adding dimension to the figure and set. Throughout all 2D animation, an external Wacom drawing tablet was used and transported between home and school to increase efficiency of the project. All animation was completed on my personal MacBook laptop. 2D animation was another form of animation I had no previous experience with. All original 2D animation was created in Adobe Animate and exported through a media encoder. All walk cycles were created in Adobe Animate. The process included creating 8 frames that were looped on the same spot. An additional background was added and tweened in the background of the figure to create the illusion of walking. 2D animation was the most common form of animation throughout the whole duration of the project, and efficiency of the process increased as each scene was created. Rotoscoping. Rotoscoping was a familiar animation process, and Adobe Photoshop was a well-known program. Rotoscoping was used to create smooth flowing animation that is difficult to create through pure 2D animation. Rotoscoping was also used to layer on top of previous animation, such as adding color to the 3D city and adding door animation to the stop motion scenes. 3D animation was a completely unfamiliar form of animation I had not experimented with before. Incorporating 3D scenes within the 2D scenes was an aspect I wanted to achieve in my project. The 3D city was created in Cinema 4D and animated through a fly-through camera. To make the camera motion around the city, a spiral spline was selected, and a motion camera was attached to the spline. Same process was done for a fly-through. Sketch and Toon was a texture used to give a cartoon aesthetic on all 3D scenes. This was crucial as it corresponded well with the 2D animation scenes. Editing for my project was conducted all in Adobe Premiere, and similar processes were performed throughout. Each scene was edited with cutting, and the speed and duration was often altered to correspond with the beat of the music in the background. Sizes of the scenes were also manipulated within Premiere, such as enlarging scenes to appear as they have been zoomed in. All music was edited and cut in Premiere, and hours were spent ensuring all music flowed well together in one sequence. And that was how I created my animated short story, Stayin Alive.